Yo, hello there guys, I hope you're all doing bloody well. It's your boy Mikey back at it again with another live reaction, this time to the Game of Thrones prequel series, episode 1, House of the Dragon. Let's go! So, skipping right to the start, let me go and find my glasses. I just want to say that I'm going to do a lot of probably excited talking over what they're saying, but don't worry, I just get a little bit carried away and enthusiastic about cool stuff, and I will be going back and rewatching some bits just so that I'm not asking questions which are actually being answered live on screen. Yo, really quickly, very first shot that we've got here. House Targaryen stands at the height of its strength, but it's dark, it's muted, it's somber, there's low saturation. Yo, look at that wide.
Nearly 60 years of peace and prosperity.
Yo, okay, so we've got this beautiful wide shot. The production value is really, obviously, the money's happening on screen with any luck. I'm someone who is an average Game of Thrones fan, worth saying before we dive in, who has really loved the books, really enjoyed the TV show, and the production value of the TV show consistently went up, even if the writing and staging might have slipped down a little bit towards the end as well. But I'm going to go ahead and say that this is not the red keep, because the stonework is not red, and even though we've got scaffolding happening over here, this is clearly reconstruction after battle damage, not actual first time round construction. So, gut reaction, King Jaehaerys, he's the 4th generation monastic dynasty after the Targaryens came to Westeros. So assuming that this is Westeros, I'm just going to go ahead and say that this is probably Harrenhal. What's in there? Yeah, look at that place. It's beautiful. Also, as well as all of the set production and the post work, something that I've always got to give a nod to these guys is that the actual outfits and costume design work really is top notch.
Over 1,000 lords made the journey to Harrenhal.
Ah, there we go. Lovely. Okay, this is weighted. It's beautiful. I promise, guys, I'm not going to keep stopping every 5 seconds, but I'm just kind of going with the gut reaction of what comes out my mouth. We've got the standard Targaryen markings of red on black. So remember, this is really early Targaryen dynasty. This is where there's civil war, but not where there's like stuff like the Blackfire Rebellion. That doesn't happen for several generations later. So I'm just personally really curious why they have a white dragon motif on black for Jaehaerys. What is that trying to tell us? And also, I want to see if we get a close-up shot of him. It looks so good. Yo, look at that. That wardrobe design is so lovely. Woolen cotton, perhaps? What is that texture? It's almost like Roman Catholic papal. I love it. It very much is reminding me of the Crusades, depictions of the king in the A24 movie of the Green Knight.
Prince Viserys Targaryen.
Yeah, well done, Viserys.
A woman would not inherit the
Okay, we've all heard of dragon glass. Rhaenys has just discovered the dragon glass ceiling. Huh? Little something for you. Guys, it's probably worth mentioning that I have another larger YouTube channel where I've actually dedicated my time to making recaps for the Game of Thrones original TV series, as well as a few other Marvel shows, which I like to edit together whenever I find a spare moment. So check out Film Cram, there's a link below. Yo, lovely shot. It's really cool that the Targaryen dynasty, the Dragon Riders in particular, are the only human beings in Westeros at this time, or the world, who've actually been able to see the world from that perspective. That is a rare thing reserved only for royalty here, for Red Keep and King's Landing. Ah, and a dragon pit. So this is the Hill of Visenya, and obviously in Game of Thrones, but over here, this is at the peak of power. Oh, yo. This design is a little bit different. Maybe a Cyrax, a touch wide around the face. Now, guys, thank you very much for joining me. I'm recording this first thing in the morning to fit it into my schedule, so I'm just enjoying a coffee and waking up. If I miss anything, do tell me in the comments.
Saves my head from a spike.
Ah, and who is this man? He's obviously one of the King's Guard. Is he a Hightower? Yo, it's so interesting to see that dragons are much more of a common sight with the nobility. And these dragons are also well trained. They will respond to direction, not just from Targaryen blood. So I've been watching this for like a couple minutes. All this money is definitely still spilling out on screen. I'm just really hoping that all of the writing and the intrigue is going to be there as well. They're showing us some very common scenes and set sites from the Game of Thrones series. Every time I see something I recognize from the other show, it keeps putting a smile on my face. Oh, wow. Oh, is this the original Tower of the Hand?
Rhaenyra.
Ah, her name is Princess Rhaenyra. Hey, Mum.
Alicent.
Right. So, this is Alicent best friends with Rhaenyra. but also the other powerful family that's kind of going on next to the throne.
I'd rather serve as a knight and ride to battle in glory.
Yo, she's a tiny bit more of a tomboy, perhaps.
We have royal wounds, you and I. Kiss it with a stiff lip.
Oh, how British.
No.
So, some of the very first conversations are about royal duty.
You might be looking up the wrong end.
And here's our king. So Daemon's not present for the meetings. Is he a bit more of a out and about rascal? So this guy's from the family bloodline that got snubbed at the succession, but he's also warning of the three cities kind of coalescing into a union. It's not a happy chap. Ah, he doesn't drink. He keeps his head clear at the table of council, as if he's a man surrounded by his enemies, and none of them have noticed. They're all talking about the fun and games of the tourney, and they're not necessarily aware of that man's dissatisfaction in their midst. Who dares take a seat on the Iron Throne? The brother. Oh, good, a bit of High Valyrian. Okay, so it goes without saying, this is the Game of Thrones thrown a bit closer to the books that we'd all come to love. Yo, look at that shot. The way it tracks in, that soft focus around the edge, all of those swords. My boy Matt Smith as Daemon is looking sharp. And of course, with all of those swords everywhere, it's a real visual representation of the family being at the absolute height of its power. I love how their High Valyrian, which I've just gone back and read, is always sounding somewhere between Latin and how it's developed into Italian, but with a slight hint of like Elvish Welsh, just a smidge. So her relationship with her uncle's pretty good and quite casual. Yo, and the beautiful red of our weirwood trees. This reminds me of that famous meme. Two girls, best friends. Wow, those two best friends just got a flat together. That wide shot's pretty nice. We've got our bleeding face in the tree. And she's got the same interest in powerful female history as Arya had in the show. Ah, the commitment of the people of Dorne, which ended up having a slightly special treaty and relationship with the rest of the Seven Kingdoms, because Dorne was never truly conquered. Oh, ma'am, I'm eating my breakfast. So this hand of a king is a bit more subtle.
I wouldn't be surprised if I hatched an actual dragon.
Oh, I've just realised that's a horrible reference to Game of Thrones again. His skin was scaly and mottled and his belly was full of worms.
Our son was born wearing Aegon's iron crown.
So this bloodline also can be subject to prophetic dreams? Oh, they've really been struggling for an heir. This is a bit more of a desperate situation than their smiling faces and happy front describes. No wonder Daemon is so confident about being the next in line. Yo, let's go.
You stray mongrels.
Well, he's got the arrogance.
Now, you're a pack of hounds.
Yo, so is this like the first generation of gold cloaks?
My brother's city has fallen into squalor.
Oh, his choice of words there might be also a reflection on his opinion of his brother. They've put a full-on warrior in charge of the city's defenses. Yo, let's go gold cloaks. Hopefully they're gonna protect people? Oh man, I'm really hoping these are thieves and criminals. Otherwise, these are just dudes. I will clean up the filth of this city. Oh my god. Oh no! Oh! Yo, so we definitely have a Targaryen here who knows to rule by the sword. This is a little bit Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, where Kevin Costner and his friends are all having their hands cut off. Oh. Good day for you, mate.
The prince cannot be allowed to act with this kind of unchecked impunity.
Well, that is the job you gave him.
Brother?
He's so pleased with himself. Oh, are those marbles the station of their office? They use it to mark their presence in the council? So Daemon is obviously bloodthirsty and hungry for battle, but he also perceives himself as being a person willing to do what needs to be done.
I agree.
How strong does he perceive his own brother's rule? Oh, oh my! Oh, dissatisfied. So I'm assuming this is a brothel, and this is one of the reasons why he's not hanging out with his wife in a veil?
The king cannot replace you.
Oh, if a whore is willing to say something like that, does that imply that even the small folk are aware of Daemon's hunger for the throne? Or is she just referring to him being like a champion fighter of attorneys and lists? Just in time. So we've got the Hightower family, young Alyssa, daughter of the Hightower Hand of the King, the second most powerful bloodline at the moment in Westeros. And we've got essentially a country at peace. Everyone's just happy doing Tawny stuff. No war. That was a quick turnaround. He didn't wait. That was delivered as some very quick, hard shots. Oh, that is a little bit of a cheeky way to say it. Those Baratheons, yo.
You could have Baratheon's tongue for that.
Tongues will not change the succession.
And they liked that a little bit too much. Do you know what? There's something about this guy's, now, I know this is not the right term, but I'm going to say character design. He's all big, strong, solid shapes, big, strong beard, big, shapely, like squares and curves. Everything about him is trustworthy and stalwart. And also he's got a similar accent to Sir Davos, which I'm sure is not by accident, to kind of help give us a feeling that we like this earnest, good knight. Daemon is very popular with the people as well. I like the armor design. Are those wings flapping a little bit too easily? But all of this segmentation, it's all pretty good. They're all looking pretty awesome. Okay, now Daemon is about to send a political message to the family of Hightower. Obviously, they just had that little face-to-face in the King's meeting. Probably lead to some problems. Daemon is known to be an excellent combatant and fighter. So if he accidentally really harms this guy, there's going to be talk about it not being that much of an accident. Ooh. Interesting. Oh, they didn't like it. Unsportsmanlike technique.
Having your favor would all but assure it.
Oh, that's not for Alicent's sake. All of this is sending a message to her father. He's not happy. Oh, the birth.
The infant is in breach, Your Grace.
Oh, no. Oh. Oh, yo. I thought he was trying to kill him.
These nights are as green as summer grass.
All the men are hungry for battle. The entire landscape is ripe for civil war. Oh! Ooh, aye. Ah! So, obviously there's melees and stuff that happen, but it looks like that was just a full-on fight that broke out in the middle of a tourney. Oh, no.
To make an impossible choice.
Oh, no. He wants that son. So as the whole city celebrates in bloodshed, our actual king has to make a very difficult decision.
They're going to bring the babe out now.
Oh.
I love you.
Oh, no. Oh. Surely just give her a bit more. Just drug her up right now. I don't want to see that. At least drug her now if they're going to take the babe out. So, oh, wow. I like that shot. That's awesome. Surely drug her up completely. Don't make her suffer through it. Yo, so we've got House Cole versus House Targaryen. Daemon is wielding, I think, a Valyrian steel sword that maybe belonged to his grandmother or someone. People kind of swapped out from swords to things like maces and hammers, items that could punch through and pierce plate, more than things that were designed to cut and slice. Oh, good lord, that is so grim. It just lobbed his shield at him. So, as he celebrates his victory in battle, the others are in this big moment of grief, which he's not even aware has taken away his very position for the throne. He's a handsome boy. Look at him.
The princess's favor.
Yo, House Dawn's getting interesting.
Congratulations, Your Grace. You have a son.
You are going to be riddled with guilt every single time you look upon his face. Oh, no. No, not the babe. Okay, so far this episode is at least soaked with foreboding. Oh, and these areas are beautiful. Wow, so is this closer to Dragonstone, or are we just outside the Red Keep? The colour timing on these wide shots are really nice as well. Oh no! Ah, mate. This might sound really callous, but like, I actually think everyone looks better right now when they're wearing all of their colours muted down and it's all blacks like this. All of these characters look great. But you can marry. Oh, she's about to say Dracarys. For a second I didn't understand.
Succession is already set.
Shall we say his name?
He's rubbing it in.
The city watch is fiercely loyal to him. An army
Hand of the king, sowing distrust.
You said he was a spendthrift that would putting Daemon in command of the city.
I like that term.
Daemon is my brother. My blood.
Ooh, there it is. Yo, I just got a little flash. So Paddy Considine, some of you may already know, was in a very good but very kind of dark film called Dead Man's Shoes way back in the early 2000s. And just then I got a little bit of the hint of the I was in your house. I had you asleep right there in the palm of me hand. Oh my god, why would they all bring this up right now when he's so upset? Daemon observes.
Daemon will be a second Maegor, or worse, Rhys.
I will not be made to choose between my brother and my daughter.
Marry them. He's right. They really could have waited a day or two for this. Oh, why is he filling that with ketchup? Oh, bless her.
I thought you might go to him.
In his chambers.
Ooh,
Say.
Oh no. A cheeky bastard son via his daughter for the throne? He's willing to use her like that? No wonder she bites her nails, dudes. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do for power, right? Oh, he's into Warhammer. Oh my. So Daemon's living down in the gutter with everyone cavorting. Is this a reflection of where his thinking's going as well? God, all of that is framed like a painting.
Prince Daemon bought out one of the pleasure houses on the Street of Silk.
Lad. Oh no. Look at that position they're paused in. Hopefully I've blurred something out or covered it. Daemon was listening in on that council meeting where Hightower was going in strong and hard to say that he was a problem that needed to be gotten rid of. He was doing that on purpose. He knew Daemon was listening in. He's trying to goad him into speaking out against the council and hopefully, accidentally, speaking treason against the king, his brother. Be careful with your words, bruv. It's a trap.
The king's son.
Styling him the heir for a day.
Oh, look at those doors. Oh, look at that work. Never a good sign when you visit the king and he holds his sword in his hands or across his lap. Bared steel at a meeting with your lord.
What do you mean?
You chose to celebrate your own rise!
Not once have you asked me to be your hand. Why would I do that?
Matt Smith is a great actor. I wonder if he has the strength of voice and cadence to really pull this off. I take it back. He's good. He's good. He's good. He speaks truth. They both know it. Oh, that's such a good shot. And so the family is divided. Yo! Oh, shit. This is so unfortunate. They have both been horribly manipulated. He might thirst for the crown and his power. He was going to inherit it. He was not a threat. And so we see the first mark of when you act as a king that's not worthy. The Iron Throne is not a comfortable seat. Oh, she's not aware of the succession.
What do you see? That because of our dragons.
She understands military power. And so he sees in his daughter, she is wise enough to understand how tenuous their position can be in rule.
Oh, queen.
Yo, get schooled.
I have wasted the years since you were born.
Oh, they're connecting. And with that, she just realizes that she's been politically pitted as opposition to her otherwise beloved but rogue uncle. House Corliss, what are they going to do in this situation? They're the third power to this triumvirate right now. So now we have ourselves like a visual echo. We started off this whole episode with this wide shot over the marking of the next king in an area that's seen battle, but this is a peaceful succession in order to avoid civil strife. And now we get towards the end of the episode, and we've got this similar shot where now the queen's being put into place as the next declared successor, except this is done through the cunning and machination of people kind of whispering around the king, and this is the start of conflict instead. But how's this going to go down with the rest of the family? Oh, that one's flavoured like Dr. Pepper. And so this is like his favourite whore? Not everybody is happy with this breaking of tradition. She's going to have enemies on all sides.
And just as Daenerys foresaw the end of Valyria, Aegon foresaw the end of the world of men.
Oh shit. Look at Rickon over here as well. So does every inheritor of the Targaryen bloodline get charged with this knowledge of foreshadowing? This wardrobe work again is just so good. Yo, so Daemon's leaving with part of their military power as well. That's not just his pet. That is one of their nuclear arsenal. Oh, there's our musical cue. So there we go, guys. We've got ourselves our first episode of House of the Dragon. Okay, so overall, I thought it kind of has all the best points of the end of the series of the original Game of Thrones show. The wardrobe, the money, the visuals on screen, the design, and the shots are all very, very nice. Some of the imagery in the daytime makes things look a little bit plasticky in terms of the armor design, especially a lot of Daemon's dark materials. I wonder if this is really plate or not. These shots where they're all just really in those muted vibes are beautiful. This particular scene is beautifully put together as well. I love that conflict. I love the fact that he gets cut, but also, Daemon is an incredible, capable fighter. But unlike things in the kind of later parts of Game of Thrones, the Kingsguard are made up of real serious badass mofos. They're not to be messed with. So we've got all of the main players. We've got different generations of the Hightowers trying to manipulate their power within the dynasty of the Targaryens. They've split the brothers apart, which is the first step towards dissembling them, especially if it's going to lead towards some civil war. Here we go. I can't decide if this looks really good or if, because it's against a lot of green screen, if it comes off slightly plasticky. It's no big deal, obviously. I'm more interested in the interpersonal drama. And of course, we've got other parts of the family bloodline where we don't know what they're going to get up to when things start to get interesting. So guys, thank you so much for watching along again. Make sure you've clicked like and subscribe to follow along with the channel and grab the playlist for the next episode. And I'll see you then for a little bit more. Take care.